All right. All right. All right. And all right. I am getting set up because I am also going live on Facebook and YouTube through Zoom. I am getting set up because I am going live on Facebook and Zoom. I mean, Facebook and YouTube from Zoom. Okay. Now, like I said in my earlier comment, I have a solution to the black on black crime violence epidemic. It is a solution, not the solution. It is a solution, but not the solution. Okay. This is a solution. So, why is it keep shutting off? Bear with me, good people. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's do this here. Since this machine wants to play games with me, let's see how well this works. Let's see how well this works through my with this here. What's up, Doc? No, I don't celebrate this day, Doc. Nah. Yeah, a lot of folks do, man. I don't see no importance in it for real. Now when I had younger kids, I did it for them. But now since they're older, I don't have to worry about it no more. But hey, Doc, I'm about to go Facebook Live, man. I'm on Facebook Live right now, man. telling about a solution to this black on black violent crime epidemic, man. Look at me on Leonard the Watchman McKenzie on Facebook. I'm on there now. I should be. I'm trying to get set up now. I'm trying to see that this is how you lose people. Not really fully set up correctly. Should have said 4:30 instead of 4. I should have said 4:30 instead of 4. Because that way.
Why do you want to go live through Zoom? How come you can't just do Facebook directly?
Because you can't. I want to be able to go to YouTube as well. Okay. I am live on Facebook and YouTube, but let me do this here. I do have a solution to this black on black violent crime epidemic. This is truly
Maybe you should do this inside.
it's okay. Now, this is truly this is merely just an example of what if they do that one more time, I am going in the house. I'm trying to get this situated and get it going. Okay, now, with this black on black violent crime epidemic that's going on, let's look at some of the issues at hand. Let's look at some of the issues at hand. Now, we know that we have the violence amongst the black on black community. We know that. We know we have the crime on black community. We know that. We have dysfunction in the black community. We have lack of togetherness in the black community. We have lack of respect in the black community. We have the lack of togetherness in the black community. Now, we all know what the symptoms are. Everyone knows what the symptoms are. But many people don't know that the symptoms are a direct correlation to us. See, right now, I'm on Facebook Live and I'm on YouTube Live. So if you know of anyone that doesn't have Facebook, tell them to go to YouTube YouTube under the Ezekiel Watchman channel, and they'll find me there right now. On Facebook, tune in to the Watchman here on Facebook, and they will be able to see what's going on now. So, as I was saying, we have to understand that it started from somewhere, and it started with my generation. We as parents dropped the ball first. First of all, we as parents dropped the ball because my generation is the first generation that was transferred over from the analog age to the digital age, which means that we remember the rotary dial telephone and the pay phones that was in front of the grocery stores on the corners. We remember those, but the generations that came in after the digital age, which is the cell phone, the computers, the video games, they have no idea or have any direct understanding of the rotary dial telephone or the pay phone. But a solution that I have is this here. I don't want to be on here long, but a solution that I have, Sister Pastor Douglas, bless you for coming in. Bishop, Governor Eric Morrison, my bishop, thank you for coming in, sir. But I just want to say that if it wasn't for us, my generation, we dropped the ball because of the fact that we decided to not cross over. There have been some of us that did not cross over from the analog age to the digital age. And in doing that, by not crossing over, we allow the technology to raise our children. Once we allow the technology to raise our children, we step back and looked at it as if, well, that is not what I want to do. So by that not being what we want to do as a people, then we left it to the computers, the video games. That's our fault. We decided to let them raise our kids instead of us raising our kids. And through that raising our kids, that was part of the epidemic, the violence and the crime epidemic. That's part of it. Then we have where the powers that be has decided to take prayer out of school. That was one as well. When they taking prayer out of schools, that took the foundation away from Christ in the school, so that they can understand more about Christ. Number two, another one is not number two, but another one is they had said that spanking your child was a form of child abuse. So now they told our kids that if your parent was to spank you, not beat you, but to spank you, well, you can call the police and they will come out and either arrest your parent or take the child from the home. So then the parent got to the point to where they were afraid to say anything to discipline their children. So now let's go with this here again. If we're talking about, number one, my generation dropped the ball and not crossing over from the analog age to the digital age, whereas we have allowed the computers to raise our kids in our generation, which we dropped the ball. Then the powers that be took prayer out of schools. Then they had said that, well, if your parents spank you, that is a form of child abuse. And by that being a form of child abuse, then that is a form that they can come in and disrupt the family household. Now, let's fast forward 20 years from now, 20 years from then. Now we have this lawless generation, which the Bible speaks of. There'll be a lawless generation in the last days. Now, I also believe that we're in the last days, not the last days of the world, but the last days of the church age. So, because when Christ comes to get the church, the world will still be here. So now, in saying that, is the Bible speaks about there will be lawlessness in the last days. There will be people following false doctrine. There'll be people wanting things told them, have itching ears, want their ears tickled. So therefore, they would not want to listen to sound doctrine. All this is biblical in a sense. It's biblical, economical, and governmental. It's all tied into one. So now, when we're dealing with those things in the past, now it has come back to haunt us. Now, we as a people, we should have stood our ground and said, hey, look, when I was a child, spanking, discipline was good for me. Now, I have 3 boys. They're grown now. Spanking and discipline was good for them. They have never been to jail. They have never been in serious trouble. They're not on drugs. They still are strong believers in God. They're still in church. So somewhere along the line, spanking and discipline still works if you do it correctly. Now, in saying, here is my solution to this violence and crime epidemic. Now, we need to change the mindset of the people. Change the mindset of the people. Our mindset is so far gone in something different than what it's supposed to be. Now we have become individuals. We don't want to help each other. We don't want to support each other. We are jealous of each other. So therefore, when one person do something, others will try to tear them down from trying to achieve or trying to get what they're trying to get. That's the way we have become. Now, when I say this will not work for everybody. It won't work for everybody because some people are stuck in their mind. They have stuck in their mind the way they are is the way they want to be. So the solution is change the mindset of the people from the mindset that they're in, that destructive mindset, to a constructive mindset. How do we do that? How do we do that? I have a solution for that too. This is how we do that. Once we have changed the mindset of the people from a destructive mindset to a constructive mindset, we do it like this here. Now, once again, I am going to say, everybody, this will not work for everybody. Only those who want it to work for them. It will not work for everybody. I repeat, it will not work for everybody. But as an individual, it can work. It won't work for the whole collective of the race because we have been torn down. We have been separated and divided for so long that coming together as an entire race will never, ever happen. I don't care what anybody says. It will never happen. But as an individual, one-on-one, as an individual, you can accomplish all types of feats. But as a whole, it will never happen because we have been If you don't believe me, read the Willie Lynch papers, How to Make a Slave. Not this episode, but it will be another one. Back to this here. Now, once we have changed the mindset, we can get people to understand that the way they were thinking was not a good way of thinking, and it passed it along. Now, we have all these people knowing what the problem is. I have listened to people talk about the problems. I've heard them say about the issues. I've heard all of that, but I have very seldom heard solutions. I've heard people say, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, but nobody is doing anything. Well, let me just not say nobody. I am not seeing things happen. So what needs to be done is this here. Black history. See, we have been taught American history. But once we go back to our Black history, teaching our kids the value of who they are, where they've come from, teach them that they are from descendants of Africa. Teaching them that their great-great-grandfather, what they went through to get them where they are now. Because I'm gonna tell you now, the television, they will make everybody think that everything is okay and everything is equal. And our kids growing up thinking that everything is equal until they get out in the world and they find out that it's not. Then they start going crazy and doing crazy things because they found out that the world's not equal from when they was a kid growing up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the television telling them we are all equal. We're not all equal until we have come to the mindset of realization of freeing our mind from the bondage that we're in. We're slaves in the mind. We're still slaves in the mind. We're not slaves, bondage, chains and shackles, but we're slaves in the mind. We need to free our mind. This is a solution, not the solution. Of doing this, we can change the mindset of the people. Black history. Start back to teaching our people our Black history, our heritage. Because we have a rich heritage that is falling away to the wayside, that is being whitewashed, that is being thrown away. They're tearing down monuments. As they said, they're tearing down history. Our history was already torn down. But now through this electronic age, through this digital age, we have means to find out the truth. We teach our kids the truth about who they are, give them some value in their life, need to step up and say, it is time to take our kids back. And this is how we do it. Because there are some parents that is so lost in the system, that is so lost in the game that it won't work. They won't roll with this. They're gonna call this hogwash. They're gonna call this not real. They're gonna call this untrue. They're not gonna believe this, or they won't believe it'll work. But it just takes you. It takes you to make this work. If you know me and you know my kids, you know my kids are not out in the street doing crazy things. My kids are still serving God. Am I the best parent? No. Am I perfect? No. But what I do know is I kept them on the path of God. Number one, I kept them on the path of God, and I taught them about their Black heritage, and I taught them about who they are as men and women, so they can stand strong with their shoulders square and know not to do crazy and stupid things. If we start back with Black history for our kids. Now, for those kids that do not have a choice, if you have a kid that is under the age of 12, they have no choice but to learn their Black history. They have no choice but to learn their Black history. 12 and up, present it to them. Present it to them. If they want to gravitate to it, by all means. If you can't do it, get somebody that can, direct them to somebody that can. Those who are 18 and over, if they don't want to go, if they don't want to learn, if they don't want to figure it out for themselves, I'm sorry. But it has to start. Black history is the answer. Teaching our kids their heritage, teaching our kids where they came from and where they are going. We are in the last days of the church age. I guarantee you that. And everybody is not going to make it to the kingdom, because the Bible says, all that says, Lord, Lord, will not enter into the kingdom. But we as a people can slow this epidemic down at a drastic rate. And trust me, it will not happen overnight. We didn't get this way overnight. So to fix this thing or to start the prepared process will not happen overnight. It takes time. It takes a start. It takes somebody to say, let's start, let's do this. I'm doing my part. You can go to YouTube and look up the Ezekiel Watchman and see my content. I do my part every day to those who listen, but I can't talk to the world. If I had a world platform, I can talk to the world. If you want your child or your young adult to talk with me, or anyone that has studied, that understand their heritage, that understand their history, send them our way. If you can't do it, find someone that can, because that will strengthen their mind process. That will change their way of thinking, because now they have something to hold on to that is solid. Right now, they have nothing to hold on to but to look out their window and see violence, see destruction, see turmoil. And that is what they are going through. That is what they are seeing. We have to change the mindset of the people. We can't talk about what the solutions can be and not do anything about it. We cannot talk about the problems and don't have solutions. I'm proposing this as a solution, not the solution, but a solution. I pray that someone grab a hold to this and take heed and listen to what was said, because I am not talking from me, I am talking from God. This is a way to heal the land. Listen, take heed. This is a way to get back the community one person at a time. It's going to take a while, people, but we have to start somewhere. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Hey, this is Leonard the Watchman. Hey, this has been real. Been on here for 25 minutes longer than I want to be on here. But like I said, this is a solution. And I promise you, if you put it to work, it will work. You see, because the slavers back in the day, they took the Willie Lynch letters, they put it to use, and it worked. The Willie Lynch letter worked, and it's still working today. It is still working today. Read the papers, look them up. I have the papers. If you want a copy, ask me for. I have a copy of them. I can send you a copy. But this is still going on today, and I promise you, it took hundreds of years to get us this way. It can only take us a few months to start getting back. Maybe a year or two, maybe until Christ comes. We don't know when Christ is going to come, but we have to be prepared. Hey, good people, this is Leonard the Watchman. I am glad those who came in, those who listened and those who stayed, those who came in, popped in and checked it out. But this is a solution to this black on black violence and crime epidemic. Get back to our black history, get back to our heritage, teach our kids who they are, where they come from, and teach them their values. Because once a kid know what they're worth, the sky's the limit. We're not teaching our kids and telling our kids they're worth anything. We're letting the streets tell them they're worth nothing. We're letting the video games, the computers, the cell phones, every electronic thing tell them that they're no good because they sit in the house all day, every day, and do nothing. We need to tell them they're worth something. Get out. Explore the world. You are a king. You are a queen. You are a prince. You are a princess in the eyes of God. Teach the people. It takes one to teach one. I am teaching and I have taught. Through God, I thank God for his grace, his mercy, his love and kindness. I am a firm believer of Jesus Christ who died on the cross, shed his blood for my sins. My thoughts cannot be changed, cannot be wavered, but I also love my people. And I also believe that my people, which is God's people, were to call on his name, humble themselves, pray, seek his face, turn from their wicked ways. Then and only then he will hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal their lands. Hey, this is Leonard the Watchman. I'm about to sign off. Check us out. Check us out on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. The Disciples of Christ Ministry Bible study. Come check us out. Mondays, starting back the Watchman channel on Monday. Get coming with you governmentally, economically, and spiritually. What's going on today? Then come Tuesdays. We're gonna do the Bible trivia for cash. My own money. Bible trivia for cash. Come check us out. Mondays, the Watchman Live coming soon. Tuesdays, Bible quiz, Bible questions for cash. Bible quiz for cash. And Wednesdays, the Disciples of Christ Ministry Bible study. Come in, check us out. Hey, this has been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. But I have to go. Check this out. You guys stay blessed. May God bless you and God keep you. And God always wanted me to tell you, be prepared. Don't be scared. God love you. So do I. Peace out.
Hey, God. Huh.
I sat here and listened to God say thank you. To hear him say thank you is more better. It feels better than money. It feels better than pressure. It feels better than gold. When you say thank you. When you get to that point, Tatiana, he says thank you. He calls your name personally and says thank you. You can't help but to just shed tears of joy. These are tears of joy, not sadness, joy. Knowing that he sat back and said, Leonard, thank you.
I can imagine.
Be my judge, please.
That was good.
Thank you. Man.
Oh, could you email me a copy of those 41 papers?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
I know you showed them to me a while back, but I just want to look at them again.
It'll mess your world up. When you look at them in depth, not just look at them, but when you read them, joint.
No rush or anything, just whenever.
I'm in a rush. When somebody asks for that, I'm in a rush. Oh, somebody wants some knowledge. I'm in a rush to give them some knowledge. I guarantee you that.
I want to learn.
Like I said, a person want to learn, want some knowledge. I'm in a hurry to get it to them. Bring my jug right quick, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm starting to get sticky again. I just wanted to listen to you. But yes. Whenever you have a moment, those papers, greatly appreciated.
Let's see.
You know my email address, right?
No.
Yeah, I got the sarcasm.
Yes, you did.
Something wrong with your sign.
You want to come back out here? What
I'm sure you always do. Want to bring it back?
Yeah, we'll come back out. Hey, put that chair right there.
Okay.
Kind of like make it even, so almost like. Where's that brown gate? Bring it out here before you let him in. Please. Forward. Just lean it up against a chair.